Hey, future RN. Let's talk about the signs of pregnancy. This is a topic that comes up all the time on the NCLEX, especially knowing the difference between presumptive, probable, and positive signs. Today, we're going to break down all three categories, give you some clear examples, and make sure you can answer these questions with total confidence.
Welcome to Clear Path NCLEX. My whole goal here is to make this high-yield content super simple and easy to remember. That way, you can walk into that exam feeling prepared and confident. So let's jump right in and break this topic down together.
So, when it comes to the signs of pregnancy, they're all split into three main categories. And really, it all comes down to one thing: how reliable are they? The NCLEX wants to be sure you know which signs are just subjective clues, which ones are more objective findings, and which ones are the absolute 100% definitive proof of pregnancy.
I like to think of it kind of like a ladder of certainty. Down at the very bottom rung, you've got the presumptive signs, our first hints. As you climb up a bit, you get to the probable signs, which give us a much stronger idea of what's going on. And then right at the very top, we have the positive signs. That's the undeniable, confirmed proof. Let's start our climb at the bottom.
Okay, first up, the presumptive signs. If there's one word you need to remember here, it's subjective. This is all about what the woman herself is feeling, what she experiences, and then reports to you as the nurse.
Now, the most important thing to get about presumptive signs is that they are the least reliable. They definitely make us think about pregnancy, but they absolutely do not prove it. And why is that? Well, because a ton of other things can cause these exact same symptoms. For instance, amenorrhea, which is just a missed period, that could easily be caused by stress, right? Or nausea and vomiting, maybe it's pregnancy, or maybe it was just a bad burrito. Even quickening, that little fluttery feeling of movement, could honestly just be gas. So the big takeaway here is these are clues, not confirmations. For the NCLEX, if a sign is subjective and could be caused by something else, it's presumptive.
So if presumptive signs are just these subjective clues, how do we get a little more certain? Well, we climb up to our next category, the probable signs. And with these, we're definitely getting warmer.
For this category, the key word is objective. This means a nurse or a doctor is actually observing these changes. They're much, much stronger indicators, but, and you know this is a big NCLEX tip, they are still not 100% conclusive. Whenever you see a probable sign, you should always be asking yourself, could something else be causing this? So what are they? Well, you're going to see terms like Goodell sign, which is a noticeable softening of the cervix. There's also Chadwick sign, that's a bluish color of the cervix and vagina from all the increased blood flow. And then there's a positive pregnancy test. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a second, a positive test isn't definitive? And the answer is nope. Certain other health issues like a molar pregnancy can also cause those HCG levels to go up. So it's probable, not positive.
And that brings us all the way to the top of our ladder, the most important category for both the NCLEX and, real life, the positive signs. This is the moment we can say with 100% certainty that our client is pregnant. With these signs, there is absolutely no other explanation. They are tied directly to the presence of a fetus. If you see one of these, it's game over. It's confirmed. No other condition in the world can mimic them. And what are these amazing, definitive signs? Well, there are only three you really need to lock in. First, hearing that very distinct fetal heartbeat with a Doppler. Second, actually feeling the fetus move. But listen, this is key. It only counts when it's palpated by a trained examiner, not when the mother just reports it. And third, of course, is actually seeing the fetus on an ultrasound. Each one of these has to do with the baby itself. So, if you remember absolutely nothing else from this, remember this for your exam. Presumptive signs are subjective feelings and are the least reliable. Positive signs are the definitive, absolute proof. The NCLEX just loves to test this distinction, so be ready for it. All right, I think you've got the concepts down. So now let's put that knowledge to the test with a few NCLEX-style practice questions. I'll read each one, and you can pause and think it through. You can do this. Okay, question number 1. A client reports that she's feeling quickening. The nurse would identify this as which type of pregnancy sign? Go ahead and take 5 seconds.
And the answer is presumptive, because quickening is a subjective feeling. It's reported by the patient. It could be something else. That makes it unreliable. Awesome start.
All right, next up. A fetal heartbeat is heard by the examiner using a Doppler device. This is which type of sign?
And that is a positive sign. That little heartbeat can only be caused by a fetus. There's no other way. That's our conclusive proof. You are doing fantastic.
Okay, question number 3. A client has a positive home pregnancy test. The nurse correctly identifies this as which type of sign?
And this is a classic NCLEX trick question. The answer is probable. A positive test is a really strong indicator, for sure. But because other conditions can raise those HCG levels, it's not considered definitive proof.
Last question for this round. Which of these signs is the most reliable indicator of pregnancy? Is it A, amenorrhea, B, Chadwick sign, or C, visualization of the fetus on an ultrasound?
And the correct answer is C. Seeing that little fetus on an ultrasound is a positive sign. Amenorrhea is just presumptive, and Chadwick sign is probable. Seeing the fetus with your own eyes, that's the absolute best, most reliable proof you can possibly get. You all did so great on those questions. Before we wrap this up, let's just do a super quick review with a final cheat sheet. This is the perfect slide to screenshot for when you're doing your last-minute studying.
Let's run through it one last time. Presumptive signs are subjective and the least reliable. Think nausea or quickening. Probable signs are objective but still not conclusive, like that positive pregnancy test. And positive signs, that's your definitive 100% proof, like hearing a fetal heartbeat or seeing the fetus on an ultrasound.
Seriously, if you can master these 3 categories, you will absolutely crush any question about the signs of pregnancy that the NCLEX throws your way. I know this journey can feel really overwhelming sometimes, but you are building such a strong foundation. You've totally got this.
Thank you so much for studying with me today on ClearPath NCLEX. If this explainer helped clear things up for you, giving it a quick like would be amazing. And definitely subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you never miss our next high-yield review. Okay, I have a question for you. Which sign of pregnancy is the easiest one for you to